I'm just doing a card reading, and the energy that's coming through is this idea of like childhood dreams. What were yours? What were your childhood dreams? And have any of them come true? Have you brought any of them to life? And the energy of that excitement, of hope, are these things that are in your life now? If not, can they be? How can they be? When we were talking about that energy, I got through the Six of Earth, which I always think is a really grounding energy and a really successful energy. Gifts of time or money, new career opportunities. It feels like with that image, what I'm getting is this idea of she's taking out of this one and putting it back into this one. So almost like this idea of like, I've been putting everything in this basket, all my time, all my effort, all my, attention. We've been adulting for a long time. We've been doing a lot over here. It's time to put some back into here. And it's like this idea of put back in to your inner child, to your energy, to your self-care, self-love. But when we started talking about this idea of, doing that, the card that came up was expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. So it feels like actually right now your energy is incredibly ingrained in the worst is going to happen. The worst is yet to come instead of the best is yet to come. Let me know if that resonates. It's a tricky one to overcome, isn't it, when we're feeling like that? It just involves somehow getting out of the logic brain. I just want to see if Spirit has some advice for us on that. Review and evaluate. Renewal. I love these Monday night card readings. Spirit has a conversation. So, review and evaluate. We were talking about how you get out the mindset of always being very like in the adult, always like being sensible and doing the right things, but to the detriment of the inner child, of the joy, of perhaps getting all your dreams coming true. If your dream was to be this, I don't know, a fire person, depending on your age, maybe you'll still be a fire person, maybe you won't, but maybe there's a career path for you in the environment of the thing you always wanted to be, or perhaps you could go and do a class in it. Perhaps you could get really like expert in it and talk about it on YouTube. But if we don't allow ourselves to open up our mind and bring in the joy and the inner child, and I can feel my throat feel it hurts, that feeling right before you're going to cry. I actually don't feel like I'm going to cry, but I'm getting that feeling in my throat right before you do, like the pressure. I feel like, oh, there's this little part of you that's like, I want to come out, I want to create magic. So when we were talking about how, the renewal cards come out, card 20, Archangel Jeremiah, review and evaluate, time to move in a new direction. So isn't that interesting? Favorable assessment of the facts. So here we are. They are there, and I guess this is in theory meant to be like a family, but this is male or female, whatever gender. There's a little child here with them who's there, like by their side, going, can you look at me? I'm here, please give me some attention. I still want to create some magic. And oh God, that's so interesting. I really feel like this is like a genie. I know this is meant to be the archangel, but it's like they're there with their wand. They're saying, we can give you a wish. What do you want? And they're going, oh, maybe a house, maybe more money, maybe, the grown-up stuff. Obviously, we need these things, don't get me wrong. But this little child is there going, maybe we could wish for something a bit bigger than that, or a bit more joyful than that. Maybe we could wish for something that's going to also allow us to have the big house and the money and the security, but also brings us joy. Like just bring in, that's what this is saying. It's like bring in that element of inner child. You don't have to like go and like quit your job and throw all the papers in the air and go, I'm off, you know, and be dramatic about it. Because obviously we've got bills to pay. But just bring in the element of, what might 10-year-old me do? Or what would, 15-year-old me like it? Or what 3-year-old me, just bring in that thought process. That's interesting. This one was already turned. This is ego. So this is telling me, this is number 15, card 15, breaks down to 6. Archangel Jophiel says it's a false sense of entrapment. So this idea of, I have to think about this all the time and I don't have time for the inner child or any of the fun stuff. Being overly focused on material things, overly worrying about, will I have enough money? Well, where we've said this, review and evaluate. If that's something you worry about, go through your bills. Where can you cut things out so that you can make changes? Or where can you, I don't know sort of each person's exact existence, but you know what I'm saying, like review and evaluate your exact existence to see where you could just create a little bit of breathing space for you and your inner child to come and, play together and thrive. Well, let's just see what this one was. Okay, this one popped up, the Dreamer. The Dreamer. Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. These Monday night card readings are literally, they feed my soul. Oh my gosh, look, he's there. So with his, pet dog and the unicorns and all the magic around him. In a child, he's there like in his very fancy outfit. It's like he's just come back from war or something, very grown up, like old fashioned. Feels like he should have a sword. And yet there he is, stood, surrounded by magic. And the weird thing is, it's like he's looking straight through it. Like he can't even see the magic that's all around him. Can you see the magic that's around you? This is this idea of look around you, see the magic. Oh my God, look. It's like the same person. And he is literally stood next to this magical angel. Got a blindfold on him. Look at the magic, people. Look at the magic. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Okay, I'll just see if there's one more. I have a feeling there might not be, but I hope that reading has made sense. Let me know if it has resonated with you. What magic is it that you're wanting to bring into the world? Oh my gosh, just tell me things. Tell me in the comments, like, so I can support you and we can all support each other. Also, join me every Monday evening. The reason I love doing these cards is that I've just finished a live Reiki session on Zoom. And so the energy is flowing. So they're so beautiful, the cards after this. I just feel like the energy is flowing. So yeah, join me. I will leave the link below. You can join every Monday. It's just half an hour live on Zoom, video on or off. No need to get involved, Just sit there and enjoy. Any more cards? I feel like there's not. Just don't want to leave the reading. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been lovely. Have a lovely evening. Take care.